Hello, and welcome to this taste challenge. Oh, what a wonderful taste challenge we have today. Look at this bottle of McCormick. This bottle of McCormick Special Reserve Blended Whiskey, which I bought in Mandeville, Louisiana at a liquor store. I can't even remember the name of it. But that's not important. They had a nice selection and they had some good specials, I have to admit. It was a tobacco shop too. Like their main focus was a lot of cigars, expensive cigars. But I saw this and I said, oh, they had them in a cooler. And I said, do you have any that aren't chilled? Oh yeah, she said they had. And they said it was $1.99, but it ended up being $1.97 after tax, $1.97 after tax, from Weston, Missouri. And it's this distillery was founded in 1854. Oh, I'm sorry, 1856. I have to edit that. I have to edit my info. Well, that's no big deal. This is the Special Reserve. I wish I could get a hold of their green label called Old Time Whiskey. Old Time Whiskey. And I would like to, I've seen the Triple Crown around. The Triple Crown is, they call it their premium, like a upscale. I saw that. It's like in a square glass bottle, and there's different versions of it. I didn't buy it, but yeah, I'd like to try the Triple Crown. Some of you viewers might know about Triple Crown. I may as well finish it off. There's not enough. Oh, no. No more Club 400. Everything must, all things must pass. Even the Beatles broke up. I'd like to get a glass bottle of this, but I cannot do all these revisits. I know they make glass bottles. It's got the MD for Maryland, Maryland. This is a Special Reserve too. I need to put that in the title. Special Reserve. I mean, hey, it's a Special Reserve when it's $6 or $7 a bottle. You just know. You got to know. And the McCormick is $5.99 at Super Value store in Chalmette, Louisiana. Okay, so they're both Special Reserve. They're held back in reserve until someone makes an order. And then when someone makes an order, they sell it. All right. There's an eagle on there with a banner that doesn't say anything, interestingly. It's just a empty banner. Okay. They're both 40% alcohol, 80 proof, and they're both blended at an 80-20 ratio. McCormick is from Missouri, and Club 400 is from Maryland. It is a Sazerac brand, and McCormick is its own company. So Majestic Distilling of Baltimore County, Maryland, and McCormick Distilling. Now that's a pretty good amount of whiskey in each of these glasses. The one I did at the dawn, morning, at dawn this morning was a tiny little bit. And that was the end of the Royale Club. Another one I could get glass bottles of if I go to the Woodlands, Texas. That's to Specs. Oh, but we can't do everything all the time, endlessly. I have one more small bottle left, plastic. I want to get away from plastic. Well, I have two, but that other little one, I have a glass bottle also. But the plastic one I have is the Kentucky Gold from Heaven Hill in Kentucky, introduced way back in 1992. Tyler says, why, hello there. All right, why, hello, cheers. Hello to you, Tyler. I saw y'all did that Bud Light Platinum yesterday. I would have joined. I didn't get invited. Well, actually, I couldn't have joined because I was out in Jefferson Parish doing beer reviews. But if I'd have been at home, I would have joined. I like the Bud Light Platinum, but I agree it's not a light beer. That's not true. Okay, so this one's a little more amber and that one's a little more gold, but they're basically the same darn color. Will I be able to tell them apart? Yes, I think because the McCormick has that kind of unusual honeydew melon or some kind of melon. And that Club Royale had that too. But the McCormick has got strange breadiness. It's like French bread or some kind of, I don't know what it is. And then the Club 400 has more of a rye note. Rye, you know, rye. Rye bread and spicy, like, because Majestic Distilling, I went through this before so many times. That's where Pikesville rye whiskey originated. And apparently they were still bottling Pikesville rye up until like 1979. They had stopped making it in 72, but they had to age it for like 8 years or 7 years. So they finished aging it. And then, but now Pikesville rye, it belongs to somebody else. I think it might be a Sazerac brand, but I think it's somebody else, and they make it. But it originated at Majestic Distilling, originally Monumental Distilling. Why? And I was reading a history about it. They said they never did know why it went from Monumental to Majestic, why the name was changed. And if you go to the distillery today, because some people were taking photos like from the railroad, they won't let you in the compound. But they said, well, they showed where you could see underneath, as though paint was wearing off the brickwork, the bricks, Monumental Distilling. Real old place, like old like this from the 1850s, something like that. All right. It's breathing a little bit. I've got to drink down all this bourbon. I finished off the Ancient Age is gone. Talking about the bourbon, not the preferred. I got a lot of that left. And then I got to get through the Jim Beam, white label, the original. Then the Jim Beam Choice. Then the 10 High. Then the Jack Daniels Old No. 7. Then the Jack Daniels No. 7. Then the Jethro T. Boots. Then the Kentucky Tavern. I got a lot of Kentucky Tavern left. I might save that to last. I love that bottle. You tap the bottle with your fingernail and it sounds like chimes. I never heard a bottle like that. I don't know what makes the glass, what kind of glass they use. It just sounds like like chimes. It's really something. And for $10.99 a pint. $10.99 a liter. Whoa, Kentucky Tavern. That I can see why it's won so many awards. I can see why it's so popular. I can see why. Blah 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 blah. All right. Might help to mix them up, wouldn't it? I'm sitting there saying, well, that's McCormick. Well, yeah, you didn't mix them. Kind of easy to tell when you're looking at it, huh? This reminds me that I still need to try 10 High. Oh, 10 High. It's weird, you know, because it's $10.99 for a $7.50. And Walmart has the big plastic bottles, the big 1.75 liter bottles for so cheap, like $15.99. 10 High. It must be popular around here because, I mean, they have it. It's a blended bourbon because it's only 51% straight bourbon. It's 49% corn, liquor, grain neutral spirits, whatever you want to call that. Grain whiskey. Unaged moonshine. That's what it is. 49% unaged clear corn distillate. But legally, it is a bourbon. Now, can you believe that? Yep, it's the truth. You can be only 51% straight bourbon, and the rest can be filler, like you would call it adjuncts would be a right filler, and it is a bourbon. As long as it's aged in never before used charred oak barrels. Now you might say, well, that's not too strict. It's strict within those parameters, but the parameters aren't strict, right? So okay. But it does taste better than the Kentucky Gentleman, which is another blended bourbon. William Kepley and I did an examination of that one. We said, this thing is so dull. It didn't taste bad. It wasn't nasty. It just was like vacant. You know what I mean? Like a sign on the bottle, no one home. Had the alcohol, but I mean, wasn't a whole lot of flavor. Okay. Now let's do the taste challenge and make it a challenge because I mixed them up. Now I don't know which is which. Okay. Okay. Smells like whiskey. Do you know that's a law? That's part of the regulations, that whiskey has to smell like what is, as they say in, quote, generally associated with whiskey. An aroma generally associated with whiskey. It has to smell and taste that way. In other words, you can't make a whiskey and make it, it can't taste like brandy and then you claim it's whiskey. Now, I don't know how you'd go to court with that. Like, would you have the judge saying, this tastes like whiskey, but no, this tastes like brandy. Judgment for the plaintiff. Fix your stuff. You getting a fine. They even have regulations on mixed drinks. An old-fashioned must use these ingredients. And that is a fact. You can look that up. You can check me. I like when people check. John and Neely. Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, John and Neely. I liked y'all's Bud Light Platinum examination yesterday. I would have joined, but I was actually at someone's house doing multiple beer reviews. And he wanted to do it. Let's do another. Let's do another. Let's do another. I was like, no, we have to put it into this. I have a lot of backstock now in reviews. And then he says, well, now that we've prepped, you want to go to this party and go out drinking? I was like, wait a minute, Tom. It's like his preparatory is my whole day. You understand? What I drank in a whole day, and actually more than, it's his prep. It was like my grandpa. He used to go to a restaurant, order 2 huge trays of boiled crawfish. You'd be eating all that. Oh, all these boiled crawfish. Woo! Then he'd say, now y'all ready to order? I mean, like, you know, the regular lunch, the dinner, this was just prep. Now we're going to get seafood platters. You're like, what? And he was a very experienced drinker. But you see, it caught up with him because he only lived to be 96. Almost 97. Okay. And people told me, oh, I'm sorry, he passed away. What happened to him? I said he was 96. He died of being 96. You know what I mean? Okay, I already know what it is. I can tell you right now. This is McCormick. And that's Club 400. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't have to taste it. I'm looking forward to watching those videos that you did with David. Oh, I mean, one of them, I don't think I'm going to post. One of them, I'm not going to post. I said, I'm not going to post that. It was too ragged. Like, he's eating jambalaya. I made this jambalaya with Popeye's chicken. And he's describing all this, like, debris he threw in it. You know what I mean? Like, leftover this and leftover that. I just made, and some cheap sausage he bought. I don't know. He said, but it came out pretty good. And then we're trying this beer. Let's try this. And then you're saying, we're saying, it's just like crazy people, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, they drink all this craft beer and then their chests are sticking out like, they can't get up. And then he said, they're going to die. They're going to die. I said, oh no, that thing was too ragged. It's too, it'll invite too much like criticism. You know, people are going to say, oh, you just sit around drinking and this is, you're. It's like, what do you think people do in their normal life? They drink beer and they eat and they talk about stuff. And they're like, it doesn't have to all be like straight laced, like, oh, now I shall taste it. Now I will smell it. Now the body is such and such. You know, it's more of a laid back kind of approach, that video. But I'm probably not going to post it because it's going to be seen as too casual or something. I don't know. I just think this. And then we did a video of Old English 800, and he gave a good score, you know, and then everything. And then after the video, he told me, he said, you know, really, I gave that a lower score than I wanted to. I said, well, why'd you do that? He said, well, that beer is kind of looked down upon as kind of a low grade item. And he didn't feel comfortable giving it as high of a score as he wanted because of the judgment people would make. I said, now you see, that's the whole pressure thing. I said, that's no good. You got to call them as you see them. You know, you can't worry about the perception. And I think that's oftentimes what people do, including myself. Like we say, no, I got to give it a higher score. People are going to say blah, blah, blah about you. Like when he gave KBS not that good of a score. Oh, there were so many thumbs down, you know, oh, he just said it was disappointing to me. That's what he was saying. But so he did admit off camera that he gave Old English a lower score than he really wanted to give it, because he kept saying after we did the video, that was a really good beer. I haven't had it in so long and I really liked it. I think it's so well made. And he went on and on. I said, no, you got to call it like you see it and just throw caution to the wind. And whatever the blowback is, you just have to take it, you know, because then it becomes it's not genuine, you know. But I've admitted to doing that myself in the past, where you just intimidated, so you start to screw around with your score or what you're doing. But it's the truth, you know. Haha, yeah, like the laid back approach. And he likes the laid back approach. I don't know if you saw the video, you may not like it. I love Old English 800. David can't be lowballing it because of the stigma. He did, though. He admitted that. We had so many beers lined up. And I couldn't get over it. It's like, well, now that we've prepped, let's go out drinking for real now. I'm like, what are you talking about? You want to try this bourbon? You want to try this bourbon? I said, no way, Jose. Okay, so this is McCormick. But I'll taste them just to do it, for the heck of it. But I'm going to tell you, I know what it is. That one is much more honeydew melon. There's no way you can mistake that for anything else. And it goes back to my rant and rave of my video this morning, that people are going to say, oh, those blended whiskeys are all just a bunch of junk and they all taste the same. Wrong, 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 wrong. They don't taste the same. They are all complex and they have a lot of different attributes. For instance, malt liquor, Old English 800. It doesn't taste like the rest. It's not all the same. It's not junk. It doesn't just taste like a bunch of trash, you know. Okay, this one has a little sourdough, and I'm swearing high rye content. It's got that rye bread. Well, what do you expect? It's Club 400. That's their calling card. I mean, it's just too... Wait, I didn't even taste it yet. I mean, there's corn, there's so much bread, there's bread crust, there's like nectar, and the underlying rye. I don't know what Sazerac does. These guys are just on point with everything, except maybe Hartley brandy. But anyway, they are on point. I mean, these guys are something else. And it's like every time I turn around, there's another Sazerac brand on the shelf. It's like bam, 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 bam. I went to International Market yesterday, and I was like, aghast, you know. They had all these flavored brandies, blueberry, blackberry, orange, and I said, I can't buy all that. It was so cheap. And then it was $3.99 a bottle for the regular bottle. And then they had this other bottled stuff. It was $1.99 for a big, huge, you know, 750 milliliter bottle, $1.99, $1.99. You hear what I'm saying? But I couldn't buy it. I said, I can't buy everything, you know. And then my friend David said, why you didn't buy that Cabin Fever, the whiskey with maple syrup? I said, well, I mean, I have so much. And then it sold out. It's gone. It's gone. Well, you know, people are going to buy that for $4.99 a bottle. Goalkeepers says, hey, man. I mean, this here is so melon. Now, what in it makes it taste like melon? You know what I mean? It's like, why could you... How do you take almost all just corn, right? That's all it is. Aged and unaged, okay? Aged, 80% unaged, 20% straight whiskey of some sort. And what is making up that whiskey? Mostly corn, a little rye, a little barley. Okay, I mean, that's it. They're aging it 3 long years. That's not long, 3 years. And it tastes like this melon aspect. It's got to be the yeast, right? It's got to be the yeast. What else could it be? I think many people that say these cheap whiskeys are all the same, just they haven't broken through the alcohol wall. Oh, I like what you're calling it, the alcohol wall, in order to begin to appreciate the intricacies of these types of products. Right, tear down the wall. That's what we're doing. We're tearing down the wall. I think if they had their way, some of the whiskey, beer, and wine snobs would tell us up against the wall. You know what I mean? Up against the wall, mother. Oh, okay. There's no doubt that there's 80 proof here. I mean, it's 40% alcohol. You're going to feel that. You're feeling it. Ooh, you know, ooh, so you can feel it in your head. You get a little lightheaded. I mean, so it's got that. And yeah, I know they're bought as a mixer. You mix them. You make mixed drinks. Fine. That's fine. I don't like mixed drinks, so I don't do that. I don't make highballs. So that's really a non-factor to me. I'm not saying people shouldn't do it. If you want to do it, then do it. I see a lot of people mix it with Coke or RC Cola. I don't like those soft drinks. To me, they're terrible. They're full of all kinds of chemicals. I used to drink them all the time, and now I see why I felt bad for 30 years. I mean, I'm not joking there. It's like, oh, I stopped drinking soft drinks. Hey, I feel good all the time. Might have something to do with it, right? That's gonna kind of an important variable to consider, I think. You might say, yeah, but you drink all this whiskey and wine and brandy and beer. I know, and I don't feel bad. Doesn't make me feel bad. Like literally, it never makes me feel bad. Unless I drink Camo or Earthquake or Super Brew 15, but that's trash. I mean, you know, of course it's gonna make you feel bad. It's unpure. But it's not a problem because I don't drink that. I drank the Four Loko. I drank the whole can. I felt sick for an entire 24 hours after that. I was like, I'm never doing that again. That is garbage. I should have never. I mean, it tasted okay, but it was horrible, okay? I mean, let's be honest. It's like drinking a can of chemicals. We have enough chemical plants up and down the river here. I live next to a bunch of chemical plants. I can just smell that. You know, I don't need to drink it. Hello, says Roland Rock. Well, hello to you. I like and all. What does that mean? I like and all. I'm not. Okay, so let's do the reveal, you know, so. They both have a nice mouthfeel. They're like medium. They have body, but they don't have too much, and they're not cloying. They have a nice little finish. These are like perfect. I mean, they're like literally perfect for what they are. Doesn't make any claims, though. You know, like someone say, "This is such a wonderful whiskey." It's so, you know, erudite. Just saying, Special Reserve American Blended Whiskey. Buy it or don't buy it, basically. This one says, even less. This whiskey is 3 years old. 80% grain neutral spirits. Blended and bottled by Majestic Distilling Company, Incorporated, Baltimore, Maryland. Toll-free number. That's it. It's really Baltimore County, Maryland, but I like them all. Oh, okay. He says I like them all. So those, you know, if I just drank regular old beer, you know, I feel fine, you know, craft beer, macro, it doesn't matter. But when you get off into those outliers, yeah, because they kind of like, they're quasi soft drinks. And I drank those Seagram's Escapes and all them things, and they kind of make me feel sort of sick. They don't taste bad. I cannot say. That's why when Holly, who retired from beer reviewing apparently, so she hadn't done a video since November 1st, 2017. Holly's happy hour. Now, she said, why limit happy to an hour? Good point. I'm saying, why limit it to never doing a video again? I'm just trying to pressure her to get back in the game. But I knew she did a lot of heavy editing. Like her videos were like super edited, super like high production values, which I thought would would mean that she would give it up, because it takes so many hours to do all that. So it just, when her Facebook page disappeared one day, Holly's Happy Hour, I said, uh-oh, this is a bad sign. And then almost immediately her channel became inactive. And I thought, okay, same old pattern that I've been observing since 2009, 2010. I really started watching videos in 2010. I don't like the pattern, you know, but I can't like go and demand that somebody make videos. I demand you make videos. Now, some people I would like to demand that they don't make videos. But, you know, I don't make a big deal. There's some channels I don't like. But guess what? I just don't watch them. You know, it's an easy thing to do, right? You don't watch them. I don't subscribe. I don't watch. Simple story. I don't stalk them and wait for every video for them to appear so I can put a thumbs down and go tell all my friends, hey, look, I watched their video again. Those idiots, I hate them. Well, you must be addicted to them. If you watch every video and you can't wait to watch it, you might be crazy. That could be a sign that you're crazy. Okay, but anyway, going on. Okay, so Club 400, McCormick. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. Holy smokes, I'm wrong. Woo! Hey, let's change the subject. What's been going on, y'all? Let's forget this video. You know, okay. That's all just a bunch of blended whiskey. All tastes the same anyway. Doesn't matter if I got it wrong. Forget all that. Bunch of garbage anyway. All that business I said about complex taste and distinctive and all that, just forget all that. I was just joking. I was kidding around with y'all anyway. I didn't mean that. I was just kidding. Total joke. I got them wrong because it tastes identical, and I blame the whiskey, not me. I mean, I'm an expert. I can't blame the whiskey. The taste buds don't lie, says Rolling Rock. Rolling Rock. Well, actually, the taste buds do lie a lot of times. You can get well played. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to play this off. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out how to weasel out of it. Let's see, what excuses can I make? Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. I did a taste challenge early this morning, and I was on my game. Then I went to mass, and I went walking, and I puffed on a mini cigar, and I wasn't focused enough. There's the excuse. So I needed to eat something. I'm probably hungrier than I should be. So, okay, there we go. Now, see, can't blame me. John and Neely said, oh my goodness, I can't believe you got it wrong. You seem so certain your confidence was your undoing, Lo. No, it wasn't my confidence. It was my overconfidence. Taste buds can be unpredictable. So how's the weather? Oh, great, hot, humid. Now the funniest part though, when I get these wrong, which happens, you know, it happens. Even the New England Patriots lost the Super Bowl, right? All right, okay. Some people will say, yes, you're terrible, you know, blah blah. You're terrible. You don't know what you're tasting, blah blah. Well, where's your channel? Like, I don't see any videos from you. Well, I don't do videos. Well, you could just do your own blind taste test. Oh no, I just criticize other people. I don't walk the walk. I just talk the talk. Oh yeah, okay. I forgot you did that. Okay, so oh wow. I feel pretty kind of freaked out right now, you know, honestly. So woo. I got them wrong, you know. I kept getting them right. Like, was it like 2 weeks straight? I got it right. Yeah. So then I'm like, I'm the great expert. I know it all. I can't fail. I'm above failure. It's impossible for me to fail. So then this morning, just now, I failed. Well, GNJK says, are those boxes of comics? Yeah. Yeah, it's boxes of comic books. Like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's 21 boxes. There's other boxes in the closet. There's over 350 comic books in each box. Now, run the numbers. Well, you know. Hi, Ronald. This is A. Robinson saying, hi, Ronald. Great videos you have. Checked out our Pirate Life Brewing X Ballast Point. 2 breweries producing great beers. Cheers from Australia. Well, cheers to you in Australia. I've certainly never had a Pirate Life Brewing beer. I would like to. John Neely says, you can get Ballast Point in Australia. I guess they can now. Can't get it here in Louisiana. Kind of died out. Like so many others. It came. It arrived. It was a flash in the pan. People bought it. Then it just went, you know. There's so many breweries that do that around Louisiana. They show up. Everybody's hot. I got to go get my Ballast Point. Then a month later, oh, that's so yesterday. And they can't get rid of it, so the stores don't order any more of it. And KBS is still on the shelves. It's been months, right? Cases of it, not moving. Backwards bastard. Cases of it, not moving. Now, is that a good sign? To me, it's not. Ballast Point is here and never had a bad beer from Ballast Point, says Tyler. I don't think I have either. I've had some that weren't so terrific, but to say bad, never. KBS is still on the shelves here, says Tyler. Yeah, right. Big drop in quality since Ballast Point was acquired, says Greg Baye. I can't say that since I never had it before the buyout. So whether it dropped in quality or not, I can't testify to that. I never had a Ballast Point beer before the buyout. Okay, so it tasted good to me, but maybe it was better. Like people ask me from time to time, don't you think Green Flash has gone down since the buyout? Not Green Flash. Well, that's enough. Not Green Flash. They bought out Alpine. They're about bankrupt. You know, I'm talking about Goose Island. They said, don't you find Goose Island has gone down since they got bought out? I said, well, I don't know. I never tried it before 2011. I never had a Goose Island beer in my life until the buyout. Wasn't sold around here. Tasted fine to me. I like Goose Island beers. But on the other hand, maybe they were head and shoulders above what they are now before they got bought out by Anheuser-Busch InBev. I don't know. I can't say they were better or worse. Well, I never heard anybody say they were worse. I can't say they were better because I never had it before. I can only go by what I'm drinking, you know. Anyway, so I got them mixed up, and I apologize for that. Well, I don't really apologize because I can't help. Well, yeah, it's good to the last drop. Now I shall drink this whole bottle. No, I'm just kidding. So, well, coming up next, I got a lot of videos to upload, but the next taste challenge looks like it's going to be McCormick versus Carstairs. Now, okay, today I got them mixed up. I don't really blame the whiskeys. I blame me. But I thought for sure. I thought I had it, but I didn't. I'm sorry. But they both tasted good, so it's really no loss. I tasted one, it tasted really good. I tasted the other, it tasted really good. I got them mixed up. I couldn't tell them apart. Is that really a big deal? Not really. They're both the same price. If you buy them, they're not going to cost they're the same price. So, heck, that's the main point. They're both a great value, I think. If I ever happen to be in Baltimore, Maryland, and I see a glass bottle, I'm almost certain I'll buy it. And I can go to a place in Louisiana and buy a doggone glass bottle of McCormick, and I would recommend it, certainly. So I would recommend both of these. And the only downside is you might get them mixed up if you try to tell them apart. But then, on the other hand, how many people really do that? Like sit down and try to tell whiskeys apart? I don't think too many people do that. I think the world will survive without that happening. But I like to do it. It's a fun little hobby. So anyway, I'm going to do another one. So we got Carstairs coming up probably in 2 days. Then I need to bring in Seagram 7, right? That needs to be brought into play. Seagram 7. So, and then so on and so on. So thanks for watching this tragic, abject failure. But that happens. I can't wait to try McCormick's. I've just recently learned about their products, mostly from watching these videos, says John and Neely. I know, right? I never knew about them until I saw it on the shelf in Texas. And I said, McCormick, this is rare. Then come to find out, it ain't rare at all. It's everywhere. It's not hardly rare. Okay, enough jibber jabber. Thanks for watching this video production. And so next, okay, let me tell you guys something. I got James Madonna jumping on me. He's putting pressure on my back. He's saying, when are we going to do the tawny port? When are we going to do the tawny port? I said, well, I'm waiting for the guys from England to give me some feedback, but I haven't heard anything. And he's saying, he's starting to say, forget those guys. Let's go. Let's go. I'm saying, well, I'm going to say that eventually too. I mean, they brought up the whole thing, but they're busy, whatever. So I told him, I said, let's give them about 2 weeks. They know we want it, since they actually proposed it, the tawny port. Okay. I said, if I don't hear anything in 2 weeks, I'll kind of get the idea that they're not interested. Then we'll set up the event and we can do an examination of tawny port. Any brand, doesn't matter. You know what I'm going to get? I'm probably going to get the Taylor tawny port. Might get that Trader Joe's brand, but I'm reluctant to do that because I know Taylor's good. Trader Joe's is an iffy thing, you see. John and Neely said, I'm down to do the Taylor tawny port. Well, it'll be tawny port in general, any tawny port. But I'm trying to, I'll show you this real fast. I promise I'm about to get on. But I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to finish off this bottle of Taylor Sherry. Taylor Sherry. Excellent for cooking. It used to be called Taylor Cooking Sherry, but I think they got in trouble for the title. This big green glass bottle. Look how much I have left. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a huge amount. I'm trying to get through this. I'd rather not. I would rather not get another Taylor dessert wine until I'm finished with this one. So every weekend I'm drinking like a little glass on Saturday and a little glass on Sunday. But at this rate, it's going to take another month to drink it down. But then I got that huge bottle of Carlo Rossi Chardonnay in the fridge that I'm drinking down. See, I like to drink these warm, like this Taylor Sherry, excellent for cooking. I've been drinking that at room temperature. And it tastes perfectly wonderful. But then the Chardonnay, they said, Carlo Rossi said it's best to chill it, which is what I've been doing. Sean Baskerville, Baskerville. Sean Baskerville says, double down. I know I like to do the double downs. I saw Taylor Dry Sherry yesterday. I haven't seen that one before. That's a good one, but it's dry now. So you're taking a chance. And then if you ever see the Fairbanks, California Sherry, I would recommend it. And then there's one Fairbanks. What's it called? White port. White port wine. No joke. Anyway, all right. Thanks for watching this video production.